Right. Can y'all hear me? Now I gotta get smart on them. Gotta get smart on All right. So what's this? All right. This is what we're about to do. Yeah, I ain't got time for that. I don't have time for it. I don't have time for it. Now, what's wrong with this? Reload. All right. So we're gonna go back to where we was at. Let his mind be changed. Let his heart be changed from that of a man. See, they try to go back to it again. Try to be petty, whatever. We'll try one more time. Keep on trying. If not, we'll just do it from here. I don't have time for it. All right. So it is. After 12 months of being in his palace, watch this, which is in Babel, Nebuchadnezzar was walking, and he answered, and he said, has not this been great Babel or Babylon that I have built for the house of my kingdom and for my mighty empire and for my glory? And while the word was in the mouth of the king, a voice came from heaven, to you, they say, King Nebuchadnezzar, your kingdom has passed away from you, and they chase you from men and your dwelling shall be with the animals of the wilderness, and they shall feed you grass like an ox, and you shall be wet from the dew of heaven, and 7 times will be changed over you, until you know that the Father, the Most High, is authorized in the kingdom. The Most High is authorized in the kingdom of man. Meaning what? Many people try to do things to try to run away from what the Father says. And you still gonna run into what the Father said anyway. You're gonna run into what the Father says either on the right side or run into what the Father says on the bad side, meaning what? Receive his judgment. So if you're not following the shepherd the Father told you to follow and listening to him, then the Father already has plan laid out to whom you will follow. So your shepherds or your so-called teachers or your leaders, you say, I ain't gotta listen to him. The person you're now listening to is still also by the Father too. But they are sent to you to guarantee your destruction. So just as Father has given you a leader to guarantee your life everlasting with him, if you do not listen to those words and think you're going to be slick and follow someone else, or think you're going to follow your own path, then the Father has guaranteed your destruction by the same person you listen to. He has put it in your ear, plugged it in your ear. Go listen to this person. Go get information from this place. Because you refuse truth, the Father's going to send you down a path of destruction. And guess what? It's going to feel good. It's going to feel right. Because the Father has already said, I will make your plagues wonderful. Meaning what? Just because it's bad doesn't mean it's not going to feel good. Just because, it feels right, don't mean that it is always right. Just saying. So, Most High is authorizing the kingdom of man because he will give it to the one whom he pleases. So if the Father does that with the heathen, who are the people to say in the Father's kingdom that we don't want this person as a king, or we don't want this person as a leader? Who are you to say that? Your words mean nothing. To the one whom he pleases. No, let's put that right there. Because he will give it to the one whom he pleases. That's with the heathen. How much more with his own people? Look what it says. It's not one with people who feels he is. It's the one whom the Father pleases. It's not based on your feelings, your emotions, on whom the Father chooses. It's based on whom the Father has chosen. Right? And the lowest men, he will raise up over it. At that moment, the word was fulfilled concerning King Nebuchadnezzar, and he was chased from the children of men, and he ate green grass like an ox, and he was made wet from the dew of heaven until his hair grew like that of an eagle, and his talons like those of a fowl. Remember, it says that the word was sown by the wayside, and fowls of the air came and swooped it up. It's coming from Nebuchadnezzar's kingdom. The fowls of the air. Make sense? Right? Watch this. And when the days were ended, I, Nebuchadnezzar, I lifted up my eyes to heaven, and my mind, wait a minute, hold up. You mean he lost his mind? My mind returned unto me. Oh, my milk of magnesium. Wow. So he had no choice. That's what I was trying to tell y'all. You continue to think you're going to outsmart the Father and do opposite of what he said do, and then you're going to be rewarded for your disobedience, and you ain't going to even know it. You're going to think you in the truth, think you just following what you think you'll be following, and the Father literally is going to judge you with judgment, like literally give you according as your heart has been. You've been listening to everything, so you be like, you know what? It's fine. Stay over there. It's going to bring for your destruction too. Now watch this. Imagine being in a lake of fire forever, and all you had to do was just submit. You will be reminded of that every single time as you feel the flames just casting over your body. All you had to do was just submit. Or stay as you are. And then when flames come and hit you, don't cry. Don't do that. Just let it be. You know, just let it be. You deserve your flames. Just go to hell forever. But all you had to do was submit in your life, and you could have escaped a lifelong eternity of being burned with fire over and over and over again. Now, it don't matter how you feel about it at the end, your feelings can land you straight to hell. Straight to hell. Your emotions can lay you straight to hell. Straight to hell. Your own thoughts can land you straight to hell. But once you in there, they ain't no coming out. I should have listened. I should have did this. I should have just submitted. I shouldn't have been so angry. I should have just, took whatever the Father was saying to me. But it's easy to say that now. But when you are in there and you have been warned by me multiple times, it won't matter no more. Your shoulda, woulda, couldas is now over. You have now gotten exactly what you deserve for going against the one whom the Father has chosen. Period. You deserve hell. If the word says what it says about the king and you can't get with that, guess what? I don't know what to tell you. That sounds like a personal problem. And I blessed the Most High and praised him who lives for eternities, right? It says eternities, not even eternity, eternities. That's forever, ever, ever, ever. And I glorified him whose authority is the authority of eternity and his kingdom to generations of generations. So if this is the King of Kings and Lord of Lords who understands this, who are you to think you are literally going to override what the Father said just because you feel you can? Who are you? So he said, my mind returned unto me. So let me show you what's going to happen to the people. Just like it's happened to him, it's going to happen to you. They will be turned over to a reprobate mind. And you ain't going to know it. Nebuchadnezzar was turned over to a reprobate mind. And the same thing is about to happen to the whole entire world. Our people included. Because if they can't get to what the Father has said and think they're going to override it with their feelings, they will be filled up with false hopes and speak visions from their own minds, not from the mouth of the Father. They keep saying to those who despise me, the Father says, you will have peace. And to everyone who walks in stubbornness of his own heart, you go, girl. You go, man. You are king. No harm will come to you. He's talking about the prophets. He's talking about Jonathan, Mikhail, Massa. He's talking about Mello. He's talking about Issachar. He's talking about the Black Hebrew Israelites. He's talking about Christianity. He's talking about Islam. He's talking about all of them. Do not listen to the words of the prophets who prophesy to you. They are filling you with false hopes. They speak visions from their own minds. So Jonathan fills you up with false hopes. Mikhail Massa fills you up with false hopes. Mello fills you up with false hopes. The Black Hebrew Israelites fills you up with false hopes. Christianity definitely fills you up with false hopes. Islam fills you up with false hopes. They speak visions from their own minds, not from the mouth of the Father. They keep saying to those who despise me, the ones who are not circumcised despise the Father's covenant. That is the real heart of the Father. So everyone is not accepted. If you are circumcised, you are not accepted. And I don't care what color you are. You are not accepted. You are not the chosen. You are literally a bastard person, a bastard son, meaning the Father did not produce you. He don't even claim you. Now, this goes to anyone who has a family member who are not circumcised either. The Father don't know them. He don't know them. And they despise him because they are not circumcised. Well, it's not their fault, their mama or their daddy. All right, they're grown now. And once they learn they're supposed to be circumcised and they don't do it, then they themselves have despised him too. That's what that is. Point blank simple. They keep saying to those who despise me, the Father says that you will have peace. So the ones who are not circumcised, they have to be telling them, look, don't worry about it. You will have peace, okay? Don't worry about it. You ain't got to worry about nothing. Father got you, okay? Got you. And to everyone who walks in the stubbornness of his own heart, meaning ones who will not submit, no harm will come to you. That's for male and woman. That's what I said. And to everyone, that's woman, man, child. It doesn't matter if you are an old man, a young woman. That's even elders. And to everyone who walks in the stubbornness of his own heart, that's everybody. No harm will come to you. But which of them has stood in the counsel of the Father to hear, to see and hear his word? Who has given heed to his word? Everybody's giving heed to different books, but they're not giving word. They're not giving heed to the Bible, to what the word has said, what the Father said he's going to do. I believe the Father's word is the inerrant word of the Father. I don't care what any other book has said. I don't care about none of those books at all. I care about the word. The word talks about his two sons. It's just the world who have not received it. They have taught it in their own way, which is retarded. But the Father did it to conceal the word, to let people know that you're not going to trump what he said. He said that our people is going to give out the gospel, so they ain't going, that's what they're going to do, give out the gospel. But it's got to be taught. The gospel's got to be taught to them so they can give it out. But if people are not willing to listen, then how can you give anything out? Yeah. Who has given heed to his word and obeyed it? Behold, the storm of Yah. Wow, we had 36 storms take place in one night. Behold, the storm of the Father means what? Trouble is coming to you. Has gone out with fury. A whirlwind swirling down upon the heads of the wicked. That is a tornado. He literally said tornadoes is coming to the ones who are stubborn. Tornadoes are coming to the ones who do not listen. Trouble is coming to your life. Every single way you look at it is going to be some kind of problem trying to present itself. As soon as you think you done got this problem done, then here comes something else. All to humble you, or in the process, kill you if you don't listen. A whirlwind swirling down, that's a tornado, a hurricane, upon the heads of the wicked. The anger of the Father will not turn back. That means, watch this, once a tornado is started, it is not going to stop. It's already been predestined for that place to destroy some people. Some people are going to be destroyed. He's coming for the hard heads until he has fully accomplished the purposes of his heart. So you want to see your heart, and Father's like, all right, fine, I'm gonna do my own heart too. I'm gonna come against you, and it's gonna be in my heart to come against you. I felt that right there. You know what I'm saying? I felt that in my heart. So I'm gonna come against you in my heart. Until he has fully accomplished the purpose of his heart. In the days to come, you will understand this clearly. I did not send these prophets, yet they have run with their message. I did not speak to Jonathan. I did not speak to Melchel Massa. I didn't speak to Mello. I didn't speak to Issachar. I didn't speak to the Black Hebrew Israelites. I didn't speak to none of these people who are speaking to you, but yet they have prophesied. But if they had stood in my counsel, they would have proclaimed my words to my people and turned them back from their evil ways and deeds. Am I a Yah nearby, declares a Father, and not a Father far away? So people think that the father's going to only choose someone that's in the land, when the father can actually bring someone in the land to be the leader. But they're thinking, oh, he's just going to choose someone separate from the land. Can a man hide in secret places where I cannot see him, declares the Father? Do I not feel the heavens and the earth, declares the Father? I have heard the sayings of the prophets who prophesy lies in my name. I had a dream. I had a dream. So he just said Martin Luther King's dream was a lie. I had a dream. I had a dream. How long would this continue in the hearts of these prophets who prophesy falsehood? These prophets of the delusion of their own minds. They suppose the dreams that they tell one another will make my people forget my name. Just, watch this, as their fathers forgot my name through the worship of Baal or Baal. So there's people who got a reprobate mind. See, just because they did, look what it says. And even as they did not like to retain the Father, they did not see fit to the knowledge of the Father, he gave them up. Wait a minute, hold up. Wait a minute. He did what? He about to do something to these people? He about to give them up. Give him up. He about to give y'all up. Give people up to what they think they know. He gonna give you up. He gonna turn you over. Turn you over to your own mind. Turn you over to your own way. He gonna let you do you to bring forth your own destruction. He about to do it. And people be saying, won't he do it? Yes, he is. He about to do it. He about to do this right here, boy. He about to. Every single person who think they are this, think it is it, and they ain't got to listen. Oh, he about to do it in, buddy. Who keeps letting better Israel post in Goshen Shalem? And they put on post approval for him. Oh, you ain't about to stop this. Come on now. Said no internet. Oh, wow. I didn't take me off. So it got on by I'm connected, but it says not connected. They put airplane mode on for my stuff. I didn't put airplane mode on it. They did. Okay. See how this is going. Like I said, nothing gonna stop this. So I gotta do it another way. We're gonna do it another way. Like I've always done it before. Yep. And we'll go into this. Don't have a problem. Like I said, ain't nothing gonna stop this. Ain't nothing gonna stop it. All right. So we have wayside, meaning we sit at the edge of the road. So let's go. Romans 1. One and what, 28? Yep, here we go. They ain't stopping nothing. So I'm persistent. They ain't stopping until I get done what I need to get done. Furthermore, just that they did not think it worthwhile, see? Furthermore, they just as they did not think it worthwhile to retain, to think on the knowledge of the Father, so the Father gave them over to a depraved mind, so that they would do what ought not to be done. Since they thought it foolish to acknowledge the Father, he abandoned them to their foolish thinking. See, they want to keep leaning to their own understanding, so the Father ends up turning you over to it and let them do things that should never be done. Furthermore, since they did not see fit to acknowledge the Father, he gave them up to a depraved mind. And as they did not see fit to have the Father in their knowledge, meaning they didn't put the word of Yah over everything, but they put their emotions, their feeling, what they thought would be right over everything. The Father gave them up to a depraved mind. And even as they did not like to retain the word in their knowledge, the Father gave them over to a reprobate mind. See? The same thing he did to Nebuchadnezzar, he is going to do it to the whole entire world. So if you don't think that you having one shepherd is what the Father said and it should be done, then you're going to be turned over to your own thinking. Completely turned over to it. And you're going to be thinking it's right all the way straight through. And because they decided in themselves not to know the Father, which is what? Which is the knowledge of him, which is to do what he say do. He says he got one shepherd for you, but if you think it's multiples and you think that the word has been tainted and you think only the New Testament is good and the Old Testament is just old and the Old Testament is good and the New Testament is literally depraved and that someone that the enemy has planted it there and it should not be followed. If you think the Apocrypha is not a book that's supposed to be in the book, then the Father literally is going to turn you over to your own thinking. And because they decided in themselves not to know the Father, the Father's going to hand them over to a worthless mind. Since these people refuse to think about the Father, he'll let their useless minds rule over them. That means what? He's going to give you over to your own train of thinking. You'll have it to yourself. Most people might have it right now, don't even know it. You've already in the process of already have renounced the Father, have already moved from him. So Father's like, all right, let you do you. I just want good vibes. I just only want this. I want that. You know, we see a lot of that going on right now. It's like a lot of people say, I just want peace. I just want, peace is going to come when we actually do what the word say do, period. It doesn't come no other way, right? So a lot of our people ain't going to have peace unless they actually do what the word say do. And the Father said that we have one shepherd. Many people are confused because they have multiple shepherds. They have like 7 of them. Just listen to everybody. They posting everybody. Because they refuse to keep in mind the true knowledge. And even as they refuse to have the Father in their knowledge, he gave them up to a reprobate mind. Watch this. That means they did not even know. They might think like, I know I'm doing what's right. You can feel in yourself that you're doing what's right. That's what he said. He gave them over to a worthless mindset. And just as they have refused to continue, and that means they could have started out. And just as they have refused to continue to have a full knowledge of the Father. So they got to a point where like, you know what, I'm going to receive that. I'm just going to stop right there. So it was two utterly worthless minds that the Father gave them up. Even as they refused to have their knowledge, have the Father in their knowledge, he gave them up to a reprobate mind. And according as they did not approve of having the Father in knowledge, he gave them up to a depraved mind to do those things not seemly. So it's going to be a lot of things that people are going to be doing that is coming up in this so-called religion. And I might touch on that tomorrow when I wake up or something. But I wanted to bring that up. The same thing is about to happen to Nebuchadnezzar's kingdom. This was about to happen to America. America is about to be turned over to her own train of thought. She's going to be turned over to her own doctrine. She's going to be turned over to the beast. Remember, truth is not biased. It's absolute. King out.